is your instruction video for a spot test. The corresponding protocol in your discovery guide is protocol 5.6. A spot test is a way for us to spread a lawn of our host on an agar plate and then verify the presence of phage particles by spotting little dots on this plate along with the negative control. So you're going to need one agar plate and one tube of the host. This tube has 250 microliters of the culture there. I'm going to label the plate. So first I'm going to divide the plate into 3 sections. And all of this I'm labeling on the bottom of the plate, not the lid. If I labeled the lid and then lost it, we'd have no idea what was on the plate. So I'm going to label that the bacteria is M.smeg, the strain is MC squared 155, and all of these words I'm putting around the edge of the plate. This is a spot test. I'll put my initials and the date, and then we're going to test 3 different samples. So we'll have one called Cane 17 and Apple, which are phages from last year, and then we'll have a negative control. In this case, our negative control is going to be phage buffer, and this will be a way for us to make sure that nothing is contaminated. So our negative control should never show the presence of phages. So now that our plate is labeled, we're going to go ahead and spread our bacterial host onto the agar plate by mixing it with top agar. The top agar stays in a water bath at 55 degrees Celsius to keep it liquid. So when you use it, you'll want to work very quickly with it and maybe just do a couple plates at a time and then put your top agar back and let it warm up a bit. So let me get this bottle opened up and my culture tube. Sometimes you'll see that the bacteria start to settle a little bit in the culture tube, so you might mix it up a little bit to get some of that stuff off the bottom. And then I'm going to use a 5 ml serological pipette to transfer 3 ml of our top agar. We're going to mix it with the culture and spread it onto the plate. We'll mix the top agar with the culture by pipetting up and down, just roll up and down. You might get some bubbles in there, and that's okay, but avoid it if you can. And then we'll suck this out. And I'm going to put my plate really near to the flame and just open the lid a little bit. Pipette that top agar right on the plate. If you have bubbles in your pipette, you can stop there and not pipette them onto the plate. And then I'm going to swirl the plate so that the entire thing is covered with top agar. And if you get any bubbles, you can try to pop them with your pipette tip or suck them right back up. You want to do this quickly so that the top agar doesn't set up on you, and if things start going too long, it'd be better just to stop and leave a few places uncovered rather than start spreading lumpy top agar all over the place. So at this point, we're going to let the plate sit for about 20 minutes to let it solidify. And we're going to act like that 20 minutes has passed now. And then we're going to pipette 3 microliters of each of our samples onto the plate in its corresponding spot. So I have my 2 phage samples here, and your spot plate, every amount that you pipette is going to be 3 microliters, so it's a really small quantity. Okay, let's do apple first. Now I'm going to again put my plate really close to the flame and open the lid just a little bit and find where I wrote apple. And since 3 microliters is so small, I'm going to depress the plunger on the micropipette a little bit and just kind of let it pop out a little bit and just touch to the top auger and let the drop kind of connect to the top auger. So you do the same thing for each of your phages that you're testing, and then your negative control is always going to be phage buffer. And then you don't want to stab the top auger and make a big indentation. You just need to lightly touch that drop of liquid to the top auger. So we'll let this sit for another 15 minutes or so to solidify, and then we'll put this into the incubator just like the plate is without inverting it. And we'll let it incubate for 24 to 48 hours.